After effort no longer carries tension, after action moves without force, connection begins to change as well. Not in form, in function. For much of our lives, connection is organized around need. Not always obvious need, not always desperation, but subtle need. The need to be seen, the need to be reassured, the need to belong, the need to feel anchored through another. Connection becomes a way of stabilizing ourselves. We don't usually think of it that way. We think of connection as warmth, intimacy, love, and it is those things. But woven through it is often an unspoken expectation. Help me feel okay. Help me feel real. Help me feel less alone. That expectation doesn't make connection wrong. It makes it heavy. I noticed this shift when being with others stopped feeling like a requirement. I still enjoyed people. I still cared deeply, but something had relaxed. I wasn't leaning. I wasn't reaching for something to be filled. I was just there. And that changed everything. Connection without need doesn't mean you stop wanting closeness. It means closeness is no longer used to regulate your inner state. You're not asking another person to carry part of your stability. You're meeting them from where you already are. This changes the tone of connection. Before, connection often came with urgency. Texts felt important. Responses mattered. Silences had meaning. Now, connection feels spacious. You enjoy contact when it's there. You're okay when it's not. There's no background anxiety about losing something essential. Connection without need feels like invitation instead of requirement. You're not pulling someone toward you. You're opening space and seeing who enters. This doesn't make you distant. It makes you present, because you're not distracted by what you need from the interaction. You're actually there, listening, noticing, responding. Presence deepens when need drops away. Living without need doesn't mean you don't receive from others. You still receive care, affection, understanding, but you're not dependent on it to feel whole. You don't measure connection by how much it gives you. You appreciate it for what it is. This removes a subtle pressure from relationships. Others no longer feel responsible for your emotional equilibrium. They can show up as they are, and that often invites more genuine connection. Connection without need also changes how you experience loneliness. Loneliness doesn't disappear, but it changes character. Before, loneliness felt like lack, something missing, something wrong. Now, loneliness feels like a state, not a verdict. You notice it, you feel it. You don't immediately try to fix it. And because it's not being resisted, it moves. Loneliness without need doesn't harden into despair. Passes like weather. Connection without need also affects how you relate to intimacy. Intimacy no longer needs to confirm anything. You're not asking, "Do you care about me?" or "Am I important?" You're sharing experience. Moment by moment, intimacy becomes less dramatic and more real, less charged, more tender. You're not trying to merge. You're meeting. This meeting feels equal, not symmetrical, equal. No one is holding the other up. You're both standing. That creates a different kind of closeness, one that doesn't exhaust. Connection without need also changes how you handle separation. Before, distance triggered anxiety. What does this mean? Are we drifting? Is something wrong? Now, distance is just distance. Sometimes it's practical. Sometimes it's natural. It doesn't automatically signal loss. You don't fill the gap with story. You let space exist. And often, connection returns without effort. This creates resilience in relationships. They're not brittle. They don't require constant reinforcement. They breathe. Living without need also reshapes how you relate to family, friendship, partnership. You stop performing roles to maintain closeness. You don't overextend to keep connection intact. You show up honestly. And honesty sometimes means saying no. Sometimes means stepping back. Sometimes means letting things be quiet. That honesty can feel risky because need once guaranteed connection. If I'm needed, I won't be left. Without that guarantee, you have to trust something deeper. Not trust that people will stay. Trust that you'll be okay if they don't. That trust is not cold. It's grounded. It allows connection to be chosen instead of clung to. Connection without need also changes how you give. Giving no longer comes with expectation. You're not giving to secure affection or to avoid loss. You give because it's natural. And when giving isn't possible, you don't force it. This makes generosity cleaner, less transactional, more genuine. You're not keeping score. You're participating. This also changes how you receive. Receiving doesn't create obligation. You don't feel indebted. You don't feel pressured to reciprocate immediately. You receive as an experience, not as a contract. This allows exchange to flow more freely. Connection without need often brings a surprising lightness to relationships. Conversations feel easier. There's less subtext, less reading between lines. You're not scanning for reassurance. You're listening. This makes misunderstandings less sticky. They still happen, but they don't spiral. You're not protecting something fragile. There's nothing to protect. Connection without need also changes how you relate to love. Love is no longer something you fall into to complete yourself. It's something you share. Love becomes movement, not possession. You don't hold on to it tightly. You don't fear its loss constantly. You let it live. This doesn't make love weaker. It makes it durable. Because it's not being used to prop anything up. It stands on its own. Living without need also reshapes how you relate to the world. You're not seeking validation from interactions. You're not scanning environments for affirmation. You move through life without asking it to confirm you. That makes you quieter, not withdrawn, centered. You're not trying to be included. You're participating when participation happens. This removes a subtle desperation that often goes unnoticed. You're not hunting for connection. You're open to it. This openness is attractive because it's not demanding. Others feel it. They feel the absence of pull, and often they move closer. Connection without need doesn't mean you never feel attachment. Attachment still arises, but it's seen. You don't build your life around it. You don't obey it automatically. You let it inform you without letting it govern you. This creates maturity in connection, not in the sense of being better, in the sense of being less reactive. Season 3 is about life lived after the inner architecture quiets. Presence remains, action remains, choice remains, expression remains, effort remains, connection remains. But need as the glue is no longer required. Connection stands on its own. You meet others not to be completed, but to share experience. That sharing feels honest, unburdened, alive. If you've noticed yourself less anxious in relationships, if closeness feels easier without being gripping, if solitude feels less threatening, you're not withdrawing, you're connecting without need. And that kind of connection is often the deepest kind. And if this reflection met something real in you, liking the video helps it reach others who may be discovering this quieter way of relating. If someone came to mind while listening, sharing it may help them feel less alone in this shift. You're welcome to subscribe if you'd like to continue through this season, not to find connection, but to notice how connection moves when it no longer has to hold you up, unfinished, and together,